Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Want to give you a little bit of a personal health update because I've done a video before about a knee problem I was having, how it prevented me from riding my bicycle, and how I could no longer play competitive basketball because there was just so much pain and weakness in my right knee. And I just wanted to just kind of update you on that. I have seen a specialist. Before I get into that though, I've had a great weekend. It's just been so much fun with my family. Katie's home and her and Ryan and my wife and I have been having a great time. Been celebrating Pac-Man's 40th anniversary. Played some great Pac-Man last night. Just having a great weekend. And I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me. I can still, even with knee problems and everything, I've still got a lot going on. I can walk my dogs that I love. I can swim, go hiking, shoot baskets. I'm a really lucky guy. And I know there's people with real health problems that are in so much worse shape. So believe me, I feel fortunate. And I don't want to feel, like I said, I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me. But I just want to kind of update you guys on what's going on because, some of you have asked. And anyway, so like I said in a previous video, I talked about how last fall I started feeling just some kind of odd phantom pains in my right knee and some popping. And I finally went to the doctor, just my, general practitioner, and I asked her about it. And she felt around on it and asked me a bunch of questions and everything and gave me some pills to, lower the inflammation. And that worked pretty well. So for about a week or so, it felt a whole lot better. But then it started hurting again and everything. And it would come and go. I would be limping around sometimes and, everybody asking what's going on because I'm just limping like crazy. But some weeks it would be pretty good. I knew I couldn't strain it. I tried to get out and do a few things I shouldn't have, like ride my bike and be more physically active. And man, it would hurt. After I took like a 1.5-mile bike ride, and it was just excruciating pain for like 3 days after that, even with pain medicine and maybe a shot of whiskey or something and everything else. And it was just horrible pain. And so I knew it was something more serious. She said, I've got arthritis there because it was popping. And she said it could be something more serious. And if those pills didn't work or whatever, to come back and see her. And, she would send me to a specialist, whatever. And I have indeed seen a specialist. Now, I went, of course, it took 3 trips and a whole bunch of money. I do have good insurance. But it did take 3 trips and, my copay or whatever, and I haven't met the deductible, blah, blah, blah. So it cost a lot of money, but I finally got to the root of what was going on. So they did do an actual x-ray there. My general practitioner had just kind of felt around, and she said she would schedule an x-ray if I needed it, but it was hurting so bad that I knew it would require a specialist. And so, so the specialist x-rayed it instead of just getting an x-ray at my regular doctor. They x-rayed it. It did indeed show arthritis, and they said it wasn't severe arthritis. And since it wasn't severe, there's probably something more going on. And so they scheduled an MRI. And the MRI did show a torn meniscus, which was a bummer. They said it's not severe, but it is a small tear, and that's what's been causing all my pain. And that said it could be the tear that's causing the pain or the inflammation from the tear that's causing the pain. So what they did was give me a steroid shot. And they said, give this a few days and, see how it feels. It might reduce the inflammation to the point where it doesn't hurt anymore. And if it's the inflammation that's causing the pain, you should be good to go for a good while. Or if it's the tear itself that's causing the pain, you might look into other options. And so I waited a few days and it felt pretty good. After that shot, after a day or so, it felt great. And so a few days after, she said, wait a few days and you can do something a little more strenuous. And so I got out and played some basketball, and all it took was just stepping a little funny, and man, there it is back again. And then last night I was having these really intense, just throbbing pain. And so it's obviously not going to fix itself. It's not going to be anything simple as a shot. The shot, by the way, steroid shot, holy cow, giant needle deep into my knee joint, and holy cow did that hurt. But she had said that, big guys, big tattooed, burly, tough guys had come in and started crying with that shot, and at least I didn't start bawling, so that's one thing. So anyway, so ultimately what this is going to mean is for me to get back to where I want to be, back on my bicycle, back running, back playing basketball, I'm gonna have to get surgery. Now, that's a big drag because not only is surgery just a major, major undertaking, even a minor surgery like this still requires time off, scheduling, to figure out how long the recovery period is going to be and that I won't be able to do anything, scheduling time off work, and it's going to be expensive like crazy. You know, I haven't even looked into it, but you know it's going to be expensive. And so there's a lot of factors to consider, but I can't do it right now because I've got a big book deadline with the NES Omnibus Volume 2, and there's no way I can do it right now. And just with COVID and everything, I'd rather wait a little bit anyway. I just, you know, gonna wait a bit. And so ultimately, I'm sure I'll get it because I can't live this way. Now, I have a very happy life. I have a ton of stuff I'm interested in. Being a gamer and a movie buff is awesome because I've always got plenty to do. I've got a great family and great friends, and YouTube is a blast, and that's a great outlet, and video games like crazy. I mean, all that stuff I like to read, so there's never a chance in a million years I'm going to get too bored or despondent or anything. None of that's going to happen. But some of my very happiest times, just what makes me feel freest and happiest in some ways, is just getting out on my bicycle and going, you know, taking it to Fort Worth and riding along the Trinity River, or just riding from here over to from my house to my mom's house, which is about 7 miles, or, you know, taking my bike over to Dallas and riding around Highland Park, the beautiful SMU campus, or, you know, I've ridden around White Rock Lake in Dallas before. That's just gorgeous. You know, I just love riding my bike. San Francisco and Washington, D.C., you know, I rented a bike, just amazing. I love doing that. It's my favorite thing in the world. I also love competitive basketball. And I just cannot do that stuff anymore with the knee the way it is. So that's really, really distressing to me. And again, it's not the end of the world or anything because I'm still out hiking and walking my dogs. Love it. It's all good. But my life will be incomplete if I can't get out on my bike. And I had hoped to be able to ride and just be fully active like that until I was at least well into my 70s. And I'm only 52, and so this is not working for me. So at some point, I will get the surgery, but I just can't do it anytime soon. So maybe it'll even be next year, but whatever the case is, that's what it's going to require. Anyway, all good. You know, no reason to feel sorry for me, but I just wanted to update you guys. And I do want to get out on my bicycle again someday because that's just how I roll, so to speak. Anyway, so guys, if you could put in the comments, if you don't mind sharing, is there any physical ailment or problem or injury or something that you've had that has kept you from doing something that you love? I knew a guy for years that had vision problems, but he still managed to play video games, you know, by looking right into the screen and, you know, getting the special glasses and everything. So, you know, as humans, we're amazingly resilient and we find a way. So let me know in the comments, you know, if you don't mind sharing, if any physical ailments kept you from doing what you love. Thank you so much for liking this video. Thanks to those of you who've asked me about my knee problem, and I will, you know, I may not even have an update on this until next year because that may be my next surgery. In the meantime, she said you can be active, and if you're active, you know, just don't overdo it. And if you're pretty active and it tears a little more, it's not, you know, unless it's just excruciating pain. If it just gets a little worse, not to worry about that too much because the surgery is going to be the same. That's according to what the specialist said. She said if you're getting a small meniscus tear repaired or a bigger meniscus tear repaired, the surgery is going to be roughly the same. So don't feel like you have to sit around all the time. So you can be out and doing your, you know, to some degree, being outside and doing what I love. Because a lot of people sort of think, you know, since I'm into all this geeky stuff, they might assume, you know, I spent my childhood programming computers or, you know, just sitting in the house playing video games or reading all the time. Most of my time when I was a kid, especially in the summer and spring and everything and the fall, I loved playing sports, you know, at our house, at a friend's house, at the park. You know, we were always playing baseball, football, and basketball, the big three. And I was always on my bicycle riding to friends' houses. I rode my bike to school. And I was that outdoor kid that was always digging holes and playing in the mud. And, you know, we would cut down cane poles to go fishing. You know, I basically grew up like, you know, Huckleberry Finn. And I still love going outside, and I still love being active and outdoorsy. I don't hunt or fish or anything like that, but I do love to play sports, and I love to swim, and I love to be on a boat and in the water and everything. I don't get to go. I need to know someone. I need a good friend with a boat. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble, so thank you so much, guys. If you could subscribe to the channel, I would really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much. I will talk to you guys next time.